my second attempt at a live video for tonight. The first one disconnected for some reason and was having some audio issues. So here I'm back again. What's happening is it's the night turn on the first day, the 6th of June. We've just had the PM turn, and right towards the end of the PM turn there, the Germans get a wave of reinforcements. So you can see up in the top left corner here, they have 21st SS Panzer Division coming on from the east. They've got pretty high movement rates, reduced slightly by Allied air interdiction. And then there's the 711 Division out on the left here. And they're joining the 21st Panzer Division. And they're, yeah, it's quite threatening, the 6th Airborne in this area. It's yeah, because the delay with Sword Beach opening, we don't quite have enough 3rd Division troops across those bridges. The Allies will, of course, get the first movement on this night turn. They don't want to attack, they want to pull back, but yeah, it's tough to hold this position across that bridge. Elsewhere, Germany's getting a lot of units released on this map. You can see I've just sort of tilted some of the units 60 degrees or so to indicate that. Mostly, yeah, 21st Panzer, a couple of companies scattered around the map. And not much else changing out along the rest of the beaches. These are all open now, of course. I don't know if you've watched the report I did earlier today, but all beaches are now open. So we're shifting to the next sort of phase of the game. This is at Utah. Again, Germans rushing troops into the area, beginning to sort of form a line around that Montaberg region. Yeah, okay, so it is the night turn. Again, just a reminder that combat is quite punitive in the night turn. I think any unit involved in night combat suffers a disrupted result, which kind of puts them out of action for at least one turn of the following day. So it's kind of, unless you're really desperate, you don't really want to attack. Plus, there's no bombardment support, no air support, no naval gunfire support. So it's not something that you really want to engage in. We're still also exempt from supply. So throughout these first 4 turns, we don't have to check supply, which is a relief, because supply is a bit of a headache in this game. Something I'm going to get used to very quickly. So there's no mutual supply phase. Instead, we go straight to battalion breakdown and build up. Look, we've just done that when the beach is open, so there's nothing further to do. There are no American improved positions that I want to make, so it's really just down to tactical movement and strategic movement. We've also got, game turn 4, quite a lot of reinforcements coming on. Well, not quite a lot. Some 7th Armoured Division units, some 51st Division infantry units, so Gold and Juno Beaches, the first wave of night reinforcements. So we really need to think about this Allied movement phase. I need to hold my position on the east side of the Orne River and Caen Canal, but I don't want to be in my turn adjacent to these guys, because that's a big stack of 16 strength points. So I kind of want to pull back and somehow form a defensive perimeter. It's going to be hard with all these movements. So again, new phase of the game, new things happening, it's wide open. Yeah, I kind of need to defend here until I can get more troops into the area. So 1, 2, yeah, okay. Let's get these commandos up. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll stop there. There's no point stacking again. These are back to sort of regular stacking rules where you can only really have one battalion in a hex. 1, 2, 1, 2. Can I get these guys across? Can I get these guys across? No. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's about as strong as I can get with the units in the area, and they'll pull back. And now I'm going to try and use these little companies to strengthen. This is kind of trying to build the most, the stronger defensive stack as I can. There's no point holding these engineers back. They have been trying to kind of, they won't move, so I'll go out of battery 1, and they'll be able to fire in the first daylight turn. 2 little companies in here we can move. I'm going to prioritise this northern area here, so I'll get a company 1, 2. This is the Ox and Bucks. 1, 2. We've got some nice AT there. These guys are a bit vulnerable out here, so we'll strengthen them with 6. Again, engineers. I will. Yeah, I can bring some troops around here, so these guys can come across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got some armor over here. I could bring them around maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring them down the south. 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11. Yep. I'm sure I've got more armor in the area, a lot of armor on the beach here. But I also kind of want to consider, oh, here we go. Yeah. All right, we get the AT right at the point there. So we've got this good stack here of 6, 10. That's a decent defensive stack. Kind of need to throw our engineers just out in the front there. It's not ideal. 6, 7, 8, 9. That's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 gives them a strength of 7. These guys have a strength of 7. Strength of 7 there. Can we get another company? I don't think we can. Yep, so that's it. That's what our front line is looking at in this anticipated attack by the 12th SS Panzer Division and the 711th Infantry Division out here. It's going to be scary. I know it's first day, but that looks like a lot, right? These are some big, strong units. Look at the strength: 12, 4, 12, 12, 11. These are armoured with 12 armour points. Their biggest problem is they don't have the infantry support, so you can't quite. They'll struggle to do combined arms. They come in from this point up here, up in the north. Okay, so I also need to protect this western map edge. I'm not in a position. This is another big stack of 21st Panzer 15, 16, 17, 18. It's not something I want to attack. So we're moving up our 3rd Regiment. These guys can form into a battalion, which I might do, or I might distribute them. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think it makes sense to, there's so many companies that can come up in the rear, I'll replace them, should have done this earlier, but I'll build them up with a 6th Battalion, sorry, 6th Division, here we go. Pretty much the same strength. Okay, now. Do I play as if I don't know or see what's in front of me, even though I can see everyone's units on the board? No. I guess my biggest problem at the moment is I'm shifting my mindset from the invasions sort of situation. It's a big shift. I mean, the rules completely change. Here you've got small arms fire, so if you're adjacent to a German unit, they fire. You've got stacking of 4 in most hexes. It's all company based, no battalions. Now suddenly the rules have completely shifted back to what they were like when I played the Fall of Cherbourg scenario. So if you want to know more about that, check out those videos on the Fall of Cherbourg, because that's basically the rule set that I've shifted to. And it's a completely different mindset. It's all about, I mean, there are sticky zones of control. If you move into an enemy zone of control, you have to attack. So I'm mindful of that, which is why I'm about to pull these guys back. So these guys will come, it's half their movement to leave the zone of control. So that's 3, and then 4. But they'll stop there. I'll get the engineers to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So movement cost for infantry class A, they're called, through Bocage is 2. All I'm trying to do here is protect the bridge crossing here. It's of course the what became known as the Pegasus and Horsa bridges, protecting this crossing from an anticipated German counterattack. So I don't know what the German plans are. I haven't thought about German plans. I mean, Allied plans where you get across these bridges, use this open clear terrain. I mean, clear terrain is so rare and ripe for offensive action. So I kind of want to send sort of 50th, 51st divisions out across here. So I'd like to get 5 divisions out here: the 3rd Infantry, the 3rd Canadian, the 6th Airborne, the 50th, and the 51st, if possible. That might be asking way too much. I'm pretty sure that is asking way too much, but yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We now have headquarters on the board as well. So I mentioned supply a moment ago. Supply is basically 15 hexes from our headquarters. There are multiple supply states. There's out of communication, out of supply, isolation 1, isolation 2. I need to wrap my head around that because it's really you really only use supply. I mean, I think it's in Operation Epsom. It's briefly used in the Fall of Cherbourg scenario, but it's of most significance in the big campaign. Now, I have another battalion here. They can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the road. 6 strategic movement. I would like to be in a position to build up these guys. So I'm going to get some assault companies together. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they'll build up next turn. Another airborne company. Oh no, it's a 6th Airborne Division reconnaissance. We'll get them across the bridge into this hex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, so German strategic movement has been hampered a little bit by that Allied air interdiction. Because of the air units are allocated, their Class B units suffer -4, and their Class A suffer -1 to movement. I think I'm getting a little bit of that wrong here and there. The hard numbers to remember. Okay, this battalion. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, also need to think about getting my... So there's a few things you can do with tanks. You can form them up into these strong tank battalions, they may be called, or I can keep them at this sort of company level and just attach them to battalions. I think that's a better way to do it. If they're like this, basically to get their armor bonus, this unit has 10 armor rating. To use the armor rating, I need to have at least 5 infantry, and it's pretty hard to do that. Again, you keep in mind you can't stack 2. I don't think it's even possible actually. I'd need sort of to stack these guys with the Ox and Bucks. So it's best off breaking them down. Good to keep them together for movement, and maybe even as a sort of an anti-armor factor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We'll get them over there. We'll get this. There's another one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We'll keep them in the area. But then I think we'll send these companies up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Plus Class B units 4 movement hexes to get into the blockage. Then we've got some 6th Airborne Division. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now you'll notice these are the assault. This is an assault flail tank. I don't know what happens to that post-invasion. I assume it just kind of moves up. 3rd Infantry Division headquarters. Look, I've been moving some 3rd Division units over here, haven't I? I don't want to send too many over because they've got to watch the... no, we're doing pretty well with divisional cohesion. I also need to keep in mind regimental cohesion. So you get this regimental cohesion bonus, a column shift, just the one. And it's something I need to start looking at. So I've got 6th Regiment, 3rd Regiment, and 5th Regiment. 3rd Regiment, so it would have been good to 6th Regiment. So they... I don't know if it counts for companies, but I'll check that out later. Then we've got these guys. Look, we're still trying to clear the beach as well, so I've just kind of pushed straight out from Sword, but I've got this German company here. They're in the clear. Maybe it's worth attacking them. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Give me 5 to 1 plus armor. Let's throw everything I've got at these guys. And look, I know I moved this armor here, but I'm just going to pull them back a hex just to kind of protect the beaches a bit. That is kind of the action around Sword Beach. Let's just shift a bit and look at Gold and Juno. And these guys are kind of still trying to get off the beach, particularly around Gold. I'll put it up to the sort of 3rd Canadian Division to link up. look, I mean, no rush to connect. I just kind of need to clear out. So let's go 1. This is a nice reconnaissance unit. They can go a long way. 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, potentially. There's no gaps in the German line. Could capture Douvres. This is, of course, the big gun emplacement area. No guns left, just the Luftwaffe defences and an improved position, which makes it kind of signals how tough it is. Not quite as, I think, not, it's kind of a bit of an understatement. Historically, it was really tough, but on the map, it's just, yeah, let's try an improved position down there. Yeah, so let's throw these 3 battalions there. Let's keep the 3rd together. 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, 12. Hey, Todd. Yep, starting to get inland. 12, 13, 14. Why not? Let's say hi to these guys. Let's give myself an armor bonus. Might as well get the armor up here for a big armor bonus on there. That's going to be four column shifts. So you can see I have more infantry than I have armor. My armor rating is 4, defensive armor rating is 1, so it's 4 to 1, 4 column shifts. How are the British Paras doing? Oh, dude, they're not. They're worried. They're anxious. This is we've just got the 12th SS Panzer Division reinforcements and the 711th Division. They both rolled really well for off-map movement and are on schedule, and they all arrive simultaneously. So it's really scary out here. This is partly because of the delays in opening Sword Beach. You're waiting for a system method where the imposing units, played like this, are moved and placed historically, so you know something is generally there. Yeah, look, the reinforcements are variable. Basically, the way this works is for every wave or for every group of German reinforcements, they're given an off-map movement rating, and you have to roll a die, and this is modified by the Allied air interdiction. And if the Germans roll higher than an off-map movement rating, the reinforcements are delayed. So you kind of know they're there. It certainly helps if you know the history. So I know, the 12th SS Panzer Division are coming on. The arrival of the 711th is a bit interesting. They kind of, I think historically they came in through, really close along the coast. But in this scenario, they're just kind of like suddenly placed inland. So yeah, both of those 2 groups of German reinforcements for turn 3 passed that off-map movement check and arrived. So I do, what have I got here? I've got 6. I could attack with 18, give me 3 to 1. Why not, eh? Let's see how this German 711. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12. Let's see how the German defences hold up. Let's see how their Bocage defences do. Now I may as well boost this as much as I can. I've got 2 more armor points there. I've already got 3 to 1 because of my armor bonuses. So it'll give me some nice column shifts. It'll be 3 to 1 plus 3. If I can add another, I could throw both of these tanks in as well. That'd be actually just 1 more. 1, 2 would give me, I think, the maximum. It's now 9 armor to 2, which is a maximum of 4 armor shifts for that combat, which is good. Now I've set up these guys behind the stream, which reduces, no, doesn't limit armour. The terrain effects for stream is basically penalises movement, but doesn't penalise any combat effects. So getting these guys off. I want to move. I think I'll move this 1, 2, 3, 7, 11, 12. I kind of want to get, as I said, 3rd Division into this Cairn Canal, Orne River, clear terrain area. I think they're going to be needed. I mean, there's nothing, there are no, the Germans are really focusing all their effort out here on the left, so I think I need to begin shifting out to left as well, to some extent. So this is a tough position here. Maybe I just going to hold the centre for a moment. Be nice to get another. So these guys now have to consider the swamps, but they can use strategic movement to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can do that, and they can prepare to form a battalion, build up. The engineers might be worth trying to find their mates to, yeah, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Where are the other engineers? Just to begin building them up as well. There's not a lot of value in having these small engineering companies. What have I got here? Okay, we've got a bit of a mix. That's a commando battalion. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. May as well try and advance the front. So these units have all moved. Ooh, can I keep the Germans out of, what is this place? Thiers-Seville. That's, no, I can't. That's a bloody 12 strength points in there. But I can kick them out of these, maybe destroy these coastal batteries. What have I got here? A massive mix of units. Engineers won't hang around there. They will come down here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so they can form a battalion. Oh, sorry, Adam, but I missed the second part of your message, but the exact info strength isn't revealed until one attacks. That's, yeah, look, there's a few systems that do that. There's an old SPI system, oh, what's it called? I was playing it the other week. It's got Sicily. There are 3 titles in the series. And basically you don't know the strength of a unit until it attacks, and then you draw a counter and place that counter under the unit to indicate the strength. But I think the best implementation of that idea is Red Star Rising. So Eastern Front, same idea. You don't know the strength of these Russian units until they're engaged in combat. And it uses a very similar idea. It's just, I think it works better on that massive Eastern Front scale. It's a fascinating system. Yeah, Red Star Rising. Check it out if you like that idea. And it plays really well solo. Red Star Rising works really well solo because you just don't know. It's very fiddly because you require a lot of breakdown. For the Russians to win, they really need to manage the breakdown of their units. And a lot of people say it's broken, that it doesn't work, that it's too easy for the Germans to win, but it's just a really kind of fiddly game. All right, so trying to knock off this German strong point. It shouldn't be too hard. So I'm going to start shifting these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Again, trying to push the front out. 1, 2, 3, 4. They'll help attack there. I know I've got my headquarters here, but what else? I need to consider. I need to consider where the 3rd Division headquarters is. Where is the 3rd Canadian Division HQ? Don't ask me because I don't know. What have I missed? I'll look for them in a moment. Maybe they got all these kind of reinforcements waiting to come on. These are the 3rd Canadian Division reinforcements, and the headquarters isn't there. So I don't know what happened to them. They missed the boat in Portsmouth. All right, so lots of units here that can move. There's special stacking too for C hexes. I think it's 4 hexes maybe. So geez, a lot of battalions here who can move up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three. I may as well throw everything in that strong point just to make sure I get rid of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They won't participate in combat because you only have 1 brigade in combat, but they'll be there for moral support. 1, 2, 3. Get them guys close to the front. Again, there's kind of this temptation to bring some of these armoured units out to the east. And then I've got all these guys, and again, only 1 of them can participate in combat. Oh no, we've got a regiment, armoured company. That might be overstacked, so they'll have to move out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's okay, it's going to be a massive attack on that strong point. They'll just move out of the way. Some engineers, I don't know what's going on here. They seem to be overstacked. So I'll move along the beach just because I don't know if that's legal or not. I can't recall. But that's now a legal stacking situation. So trying to finish off the last of these beach defences. Once these units start to build battalions, it becomes a lot easier because they're a lot stronger. You can just notice the increase of their movement speed. It's a completely different game. And it's a lot quicker. Yeah, you don't have all these die rolls. You do all the movement first, then we'll do come back for combat later. Omaha. Some engineers there, engineers up here. These guys they'll pull back. Now there's cliffs here, I can't cross the cliffs. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Need to start merging my assault companies together. They kind of got caught up. I found it difficult to build up here because units are just all over the place. There wasn't much order to this advance, and the Germans already have some decent defences in the area. I'm not sure if that was legal or not, but I'm overlooking it. So, okay, 18th Regiment, 16th Regiment. I'd like to get, I can get another 16th there, so I could launch a big, 1632. I could even bring in some air units. Okay, I'm going to launch a big attack on these German defenders here. This is kind of, I'm sending the first division basically. This is the first US division, infantry division, 16th Regiment, 18th Regiment, bar 1 battalion out here, driving out towards Moseley, Touré Bessin, to clear out these German defenders. If I can get a good hit here, yeah, this could be a nice early breakthrough at the end of the... Oh, this is a night turn, but I'm doing it again. So I kind of want to strengthen this. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's a machine gun company, very strong. And I mentioned I want to build up these companies, but to strengthening this attack and making this as strong as possible is, I think, more important. The delay, to an extent. So 32, 36, 37, 38. This is going to give me 40. That's 4. Oh no, I need 44. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, oh, they can't make it. 1, 2, 3, 4. But with air support, it'll be. My armor though will be. Did I bring armor along? I can't recall. Yes, I did bring armor along. My armor will be cancelled out basically because of their pretty good AT rating on that battalion. Nothing I can do about that. Elsewhere, I'm not going to... Oh, I kind of should attack into there, shouldn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. And send the Rangers just to hold the line in the centre there. So I've got 16. I'll use half their movement, which is 3, and then 4, 5. So now I've got 16, 24 on 4, which is 6 to 1. And that's strong enough, I think. Then I'll start to peg away the rest of these beach defences. Many of these units that are stuck here, these poor Rangers, I'm pretty confident are going to die. They've done remarkably well. They've been attacked by these 4 value strong point each turn, and the fact that I think they did lose a lot of companies out here, but the fact that these 2 guys survived was remarkable. That's basically, I think they went through 8 rounds of small arms fire. And just, yeah, there is a cliff there, so maybe that wasn't legal, but it happened. I was rolling for it every turn. Yeah, so that's the situation at Omagh. We're kind of pushing to the south and just chipping away still at those beach defences. Keep in mind, this is the night turn. Oh, yeah, night turn. I think it's worth it, spending that night attack. Over at Utah, we have cleared the beach defences here. I think it's time to do what? We've got to think about 2 things, 3 things. Karen 10 linking up, cutting off Cotentin Peninsula, and also moving on Cherbourg. And I don't know how to get this done, so I think for the start we're just going to move towards the Douve River, secure the bridges, sort of capture some Merrick. So what's the cost of moving through a swamp? It is 4 for infantry. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unless they're using these roads, in which case it's a bit quicker. Coastal guns, can I take them out? Oh, it's going to be really tough to do so. Without much support, so maybe they can just wait a turn. 1, 2, 3, we'll wait there. 1, 2, 3, 4, we'll wait there. Still, again, a lot of companies all over the place. around Utah Beach. They are now out of battery, in battery, and able to fire. Companies, let's get them organised. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll just stop them there, I think. 4, 5, 6. And we'll send this company 1, 2, 3, 4 to join them so they can begin to think about building up. Where are the rest of my infantry companies? That's about it. So we might have one left over. So I'll go 4, 5, 6. They're not moving. They're not moving. They're not moving. That's a German. They're not moving. So do I want to attack the Germans, who are strength 6, in a town? Not at night. I think I will wait. So, not moving. A battery. I guess the next question is it worth? It's not worth. I'm going to get these tanks out of the swamps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 82nd, we'll move up and they're going to be pretty vulnerable if left there alone. So 1, 2, 3, they'll join them. These guys should have done this earlier, but I will build them up. Oh, there's a bit of a mix. Yeah, I think that'd be reduced. That's 82nd. So I need an 82nd Airborne Battalion. Where were they? I think there. It's reduced. Okay. Well, we've also got some companies out here. No, they just moved, didn't they? So they can't build up. Okay, so these guys will move through the swamp because they kind of have to. I can get an 8-to-1 attack in the swamp. I can draw. Oh, it's night, so I don't want to do that. They can wait. There's no rush to clear those coastal defenders. How much time is used per turn? Oh, sorry, I missed the discussion. MMP now using the system in the variable. Okay, cool. Stephen, you're referring to like now? How much time is used per turn? Now it's beyond the beaches. It's currently 40 minutes into this turn, which is still about 3 times as fast as my rate of play for the invasion turn. So each wave of the invasion phase took up about an hour and a bit, probably an hour 20, an hour 30 once I kind of factored in placing reinforcements and all that kind of stuff. Having said that, I'm still in the American movement phase, but it will speed up. So I don't do any kind of combat on this first turn. I just kind of want to establish, I guess, perimeter and put many of these units in a position. Here we go. These guys can build up into another 82nd Airborne. There we go. And we've got 101st over here. They can build up. Again, should have done this earlier. I don't think it really matters as long as they don't then move. 101st. They were reduced. And the guys above them also 101st. Reduced. Yeah, they moved. So 101st headquarters here. These guys have mostly built. They have all built up actually. They don't want to move on Carrington yet. It is pretty vulnerable. I'm looking forward to attacking it in the first daylight turn. I don't need to rush that at night because the Germans can't get any forces into the area. They're cut off here. It's surrounded basically. So I've got lucky again. Look, there's not any other movement I kind of want to do until I can get sort of a lot of the 4th Division forces off the beach, out of the swamps, I guess. What I just need to think about now is these reinforcements. I kind of need to double check. Oh, so they're kind of roughly 6-hour turns. So you've got AM turn, from, let's say, 5 a.m. to 4 a.m. to 10 a.m. and then a midday turn from 10 till 4, a PM turn from 4 till 10, and then a night turn from, let's say, 10 till 4 a.m. roughly. All right, so stacking in a beach hex. Doesn't say. Maybe reinforcements under the reinforcement rule. So the stacking rules are not under stacking. Maybe the stacking rules for reinforcements are under the reinforcement rules. So landing reinforcements, they arrive at the beach. Once I've reached my gap number, I can stack up to 5 combat units per sub-beach hex. So those beaches over in Gold and Juno were safe. I wasn't overstacking there. 4, 5. Do I have a priority? Yes, it's kind of getting my infantry on first, infantry and armor. So that's 4, 5. Here we go. 1. Got a nice, that's a recon company. 2, 3. I do have, I've got some mobile artillery and a big hard hitting artillery. 8 bombardment points. So they land as well. Then I've got a bit of a queue here of reinforcements waiting to arrive. Yeah, there's a queue just off camera. In terms of Utah Beach, there are a lot of sub-beach hexes, so there's no problem getting pretty much all these units on. Got 1st Division headquarters out here on the left, arriving just in turn for the daylight turn when supply is checked. We'll bring all the artillery on here. This is all 1st Division artillery, so we might just shift them. Comes to there, bring the 1st artillery on here. And that's it. Oh, I've got to bring on the, okay, so there's still more sort of reinforcements and sort of delayed units that haven't been able to be placed. We've got all these 3rd, these are actually the, these are turn, no, so these are, oh, these guys should have arrived, yeah, so they arrived last time, but they couldn't make onto the beach because Saul was delayed. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, they arrive. 5, they arrive. So all 3rd Division reinforcements, they are desperately needed. Now, I don't think, so the turn sequence says that they're placed after movement. Doesn't say if you can move them. Withholding reinforcement, blah, blah, blah. So they appear during the reinforcement segment. So I think the Germans can bring them on and move them because they're part of their strategic movement section, but I think the Allies have to land them and they're basically delayed. I think this reflects the kind of difficulties in the Allies landing reinforcements. Basically the Germans are just rushing into the area using the roads. The Allies are kind of like landing on the beach. So we've got some 3rd Canadian reinforcements as well. 3, 4, 5. And I don't know, it's a reconnaissance unit. I don't know what it is. I think it's a first independent company, first call maybe. I don't exactly know what it is, but they're landing there. Then on Gold Beach, we have some artillery. And very careful because there's still that. Yeah, okay, they'll land there, they'll be safe. And now, of course, I've got. That's the previous. That's the previous reinforcements that were just queued up. On this night turn, of course, I've got some 7th Armoured units to dig out. 7th Armoured and 51st Division. 7th Armoured and 51st is British, so they won't be in this American counterpool. But you know what? 7th Armoured. Look, here's what I'm looking at. If you can see the 7th Armoured, let me know. This is the 2nd Armoured. You see the 2A. And they're mixed in with the 2nd Infantry Division. Now I figured because it's often easy to miss the A, I'd put the 2nd with the 2nd. Then down here we've got 3rd Armoured. And they just appear to be just the 3rd Armoured. Yep. Then I've got the 30th Division with the 79th. This is where the 29th goes. I've got the 9th Division all by themselves. Then I've got the 101st here, a 2nd. Oh, sorry, I've mixed the. Yeah, this is 101st. It should be there. 82nd. I've got 90th, 83rd. These are sort of core level, 5th Corps artillery pieces. And there's the 3rd Division headquarters, so I found them. Where are they meant to be? The 3rd Canadian Division, they should have arrived, so they can go there. And thank goodness the Canadians are relieved. Oh, you guys caught the boat. Yeah, we're just a bit late. Got my Rangers. These are my tank companies. Oh, look, it feels, I guess the big question is, how does this correspond to historical progress? I look, from what I know, it seems pretty close. The only thing that feels off history or ahistorical is the gaps blown system. It just feels a bit wacky. Look, I cannot find these 7th Armoured units, so I might take a pause here, folks. I'm not boring you with flicking through counters. 7th Armoured, what are these guys doing here? They're not 7th Armoured. They're not in the build-up units area. Yeah, look, I'm going to pause here. Oh, 7th Armoured, it's not British, is it? I thought it was American. It's British. Of course, because it's on Gold Beach, and they're right in front of me here. I don't know what I was thinking, sorry. All right, so we've got 3 infantry brigades of the 131st Regiment. We have the Q, which I'm just going to call the Queens, because everything with a Q seems to be Queens. Oh wait, what's that? That's, oh, there's two Queens. Q, Q, and it's 3 queens. Okay, so three Queens Battalion of the 131st Regiment, 7th Armoured. We also need to bring on the 3rd, 7th Artillery, which is of course the very last cannon in the stack. We found them. Now we also have the 51st Division. Now, incidentally, I should note, I wrote a book about the 50th and the 51st Division and their mutiny at Salerno. And the men of the Durham Light Infantry featured pretty prominently in that mutiny. They were told, long story short, they were told they were going to be returning home to their battalions, and they were instead sent to Salerno, where they were thrown in with, while I look for these cannons, with a mix of units. And so the men mutinied on the beach. They refused to serve, and they were locked up, sent to a prison camp, and sentenced to death. Now, fortunately, their sentences were commuted to, long periods. And then after about 12 months, most of the men were, well, after a period, most of the men were sent to other units in North Africa. Sorry, not North Africa, in Italy. But they really struggled. Okay, so these guys can jump on the beach. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can send them all into Mike Beach on Juno. That's 51st. That's interesting. They're going to have to draw supply to another Allied headquarters. These 7th guys are going to split up a little bit. 3, 4. Really need to kill off that strong point. And I haven't done combat yet either. Jeez. Okay, let's get my combat done before these reinforcements mix things up. So I did have some combat out here. I had 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 to 1, 5 to 1. 6 to 1, 7 to 1 with my armor. It's in the clear. 7 to 1. 7 to 1, 10 is a good roll. I can't find my CRT. 7 to 1, 10 is a 1-step loss, so they're gone. Okay. Yeah, so the book is called The Pursuit of Justice, if you're interested in checking it out. Yeah, so another combat over here. 10 plus 18 is 28 on 3 is 9 to 1. 10, yeah, that's 12 to 1. It's guaranteed. A 6 is going to kill that unit off, and they can advance into there. Yep. But of course, I've got to keep in mind that this is a night turn, and so all these attacks disrupt all these units. Is it worth it? Well, it kind of. Again, keep in mind, all these units will have to rest now to get rid of this disruption, but it clears the coast road for the daylight turn. There's a lot of reinforcements rushing in. Now a big combat here. These are in Bocage. 10, 20, 21 on 6. That's 3 to 1. I have support as well. Oh no, it's a night turn. So I've got my night fighters. Okay, so 3 to 1 with 9 armor versus 2 armor. So 3-1, 4-1, 5-1, 6-1, 7-1. 7-1. I don't know how to use Night Fighters yet, so I'm not going to use them. 7-1, 5. Use 1D, so they do have to retreat. And I'll keep the pressure on by advancing in there. They are, of course, disrupted because it's a night turn. So a lot of night attacks on this first turn. I said at the Suds video, you don't normally want to attack at night, but you know, the beaches are clogging up. I want to clear the way. That's why I'm attacking. Now I'm mindful that some reinforcements are brought on, but I should still have 9, 10, 11. Look, I'm guaranteed this is going to be a 12-1 combat, basically. And a 9 is going to kill off that strong point and disrupt a heap of guys. So what did I need? I needed basically 12-1, 20, so 19, 20, and yep, that would have done it. So I didn't need to bring a whole heap of units in. Now combat here, 2 points. Again, it should be so 9, 18, 20. Okay, so 20 on 2 is 10-1. With my armor shifts is 12-1. 12-1, 5 is 2 step bosses. So we kill off 2 coastal batteries and disrupt the attackers who may advance. So Gold Beach is finally cleared of German defenders. That's the, I guess, the cost of that disruption. Look, I would not say, I mean, this game is definitely not on rails. I'm looking forward now to the game now that I'm passing the invasion phase. The invasion phase is mainly just scary because you're relying on die rolls. You don't know what's going to happen. I've got an 8-1 here, 7. 8-1, 7. Oh, that's huge. That's an elimination. We have got, now this is a big combat. So these guys are also, they'll advance because one of the interesting things about this game is the biggest advantage in advancing up to combat is it places you adjacent to the defender, who now either has to attack or leave the hex. So it puts a lot of pressure on them. It's a very interesting, I mean, I don't normally like this sticky zone of control forced combat system, but this is a very interesting mechanism. You know, by advancing, you kind of have to get this momentum kind of feeling to your combat. Now over here, I've got 16, 32, 32, 32. I said I was going to rely on air support, but I can't. 32, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So yeah, so I can't rely on the air support. So it's just 3-1, but nothing because I don't have any air. So any support. So this could go bad. Completely forgetting that there's no air support at night. Now I do have, where are my night fighter units? I've got 2 Mosquitoes squadrons and 2 P-61 squadrons. And I think night fighter support is pretty straightforward. I haven't used it yet ever in any scenario, but let me quickly refresh my rules because this could really give me an extra column shift if I can use them. Night fighters, they're marked with little N's on their counters. They can't be assigned to air allocation units. During the night turn, only they can be assigned to air missions. Normal air rules apply. That's it. So it's pretty straightforward. I'm sending 2 Mosquito squadrons, 142 and 149, to help out with this. This is them. Actually, they're American, so look, just setting P61s. 425, 422. Again, historical squadrons. This game is really accurate down to this kind of fine little detail. So now I've got 4-to-1 odds and then roll of 8. So 4-to-1 in Bocage. 8 is unfortunately a really bad result. It's it's a step loss, a retreat, and a D result, which gives me the big D result, which gives me a oh, actually, this could be really bad. Night turns. Maybe I don't want, look, 12.1. Yeah, no, I'm going to undo that combat because that's the penalties for night attacks. It's okay to do little night attacks. You don't want to do big night attacks. So let me wind that back, knowing the penalties for night attacks and how horrific they can be. So little night attacks where it's a sure thing are okay. Low odds night attacks, as this was, are bad ideas. I know that now. And undoing it. And I will stay there. Okay, so I'm just not going to move adjacent. Is this a similar situation that I need to wind back? I think it might be. I don't want to risk it. But these companies, these small companies here, I think are happy to take the risk. So I've got 10, 11, 12 to 1, which is guaranteed. The result of 6 kills that unit. That's a entirely different situation. So I'm happy to do that. But they are disrupted. Alright, so now I have to make this attack on this this strong point. So it's actually, this is another tough one. And it's only 3-to-1, so it's another one I kind of want to pull back away from in hindsight. So I've advanced into there. These guys can't and won't attack across the cliffs. And there's no combat taking place at Utah. So look, 67 minutes in, that's that's the Allied movement and combat. It's still, look, relatively slow, but not quite as slow as the sea wave. I'm halfway through a turn now, whereas when you're doing, this is basically how long it would take me to do one normal sea wave. So what I've got to do now is shift to the German turn. You can see here, these are my Allied available units. I threw a heap in here in the first turn, thinking I would blow the gaps earlier, thinking I'd be able to employ these in combat. That wasn't the case. These are my build-up units. They're getting a bit messy as I kind of fan them all out looking for the appropriate units, but these were some big stacks, so it's a good sign that these are really being reduced. We need to get some more 50 division. Now these are the armoured units, which I'm happy not to build up. Incidentally, you may have noticed these ships over here. These are all the kind of losses and kind of rough companies. These can basically be thrown back in again when a unit breaks down. These are the German losses, all their kind of coastal batteries, resistance and their strong points and so forth. Yeah, so these are all generic company losses mostly. These are the naval losses we've suffered thus far. So look, a lot of those have come from Utah Beach. Yeah, just off Utah. Those coastal batteries around St. Mary Glees have a lot of powerful 2s. I say they're powerful. A 1 or a 2 and they cause a hit. And there's just enough of them to slowly grind down the fleet off Utah Beach. So we've done Allied, we've gone through movement, combat. Yeah, basically it's up to the German play turn, and the German player repeats that, but I'm going to hold that until tomorrow. So folks, that is the situation. At the end of the Allied play turn, on the evening of the 6th of June, we're just about at midnight. So basically this is, if I can have a look, this is the extent of the Allied advance on this first day. And it's pretty close to historical. 6th Division across the Orne and Caen Canal, 3rd Infantry Division pushing out and linking up as they did historically by late on that first day, or advanced elements early in the day, but certainly the bulk of the battalions later in the day. It'd be interesting, I might check a map and see exactly where this tracks relative to historical progress. But end of the first day, what time last tomorrow? Probably about the same time, 10 o'clock, I hope. Oh, well, look, I don't know what time it is over where you are, but yeah, roughly the same time. All beaches are secure. Omaha is now the only beach still with some of these German defences. And they're kind of still being a pain. So I will need to kind of divert some resources out there. But the first day turn could be pretty good. Around Gold Juno. So historically, look, I should also point out, I mean, the 21st Panzer Division, I think they drove down, they had a counterattack. They drove down here on that first day. So these units that were in Caen, I sent them out to the sort of left here. Historically, they drove down through here, reached Lyon-sur-Mer, which isn't illustrated on the map. And it was only when, where is Lyon-sur-Mer? I think it's down here somewhere. It was only when they saw the later reinforcing waves of the 6th Airborne that they decided to pull back from their positions. Yeah. So there you go, folks. Hope that's again giving you some insight into how the game has shifted. New rule set. Yeah. All right, take care, everyone. I'll catch you all later.